Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. We'll take a look at the charts. I'll give you my financial opinion. And let's just dive into it. Why not, right? So here's crude oil. What I like to see is the big picture view. We've got this massive declining wedge that we've broken to the upside, and we've been running quite hard. Will we pull back? Maybe, maybe not. You know, I see a kind of a pattern here, which is just a normal consolidation pattern. We've broken that to the upside. We've been bouncing around. We got kind of we could in the very short term have a little bit of a pullback here before moving higher. And the reason I say that is we got these two large down days here, and we've got three smaller up days there. So the downward movement covered more ground than the upward movement. The sellers are a hair stronger in the short term. And we could statistically head down just a little bit. And then I don't know from there. But I mean, that might only be last a day. It might be one last or a small little down day or two. And then we head up. Now, natural gas, this thing's got it's got some balls coming out here, just smoking it higher like this. Looks really good. It finished strong, mighty strong. Is this a move where we get this pullback? And again, guys, I don't like doing that. The short term is the least reliable. I do not like playing the short term. I do not like making these short term predictions. But this is looking fantastic for a move higher. That's what it looks like to me. Now, looking at some of these companies, they're looking good. Now, we've got these three large bearish engulfings, but it's almost as if today we're like, well, screw it, doesn't matter, we're going higher. And is this the beginning of a move that's ready to go up? It very well could be. And that's why I don't ever play the short term. And would I be buying in some of these oil and gas companies? Yes, I would be. Why? Because if you look at the inventory numbers, we are screwed. We have declining inventories and anything and everything across the board. So I would be holding on to my shares extra tight. And if you want to bulk up on it, that's up to you guys, but they look really good. SM Energy popping higher through this resistance line. Nice, strong move. It's a strong closing today. Would I have guessed that? In all honesty, guys, I have no idea where this is going in the short term here. Today it was great, but we have been battling across this support resistance line for since February, and I see positive bullish signals through here. I see negative signals through here. But remember, when these negative signals came, and the stuff here, these two, those came from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve release. So it's held us down for a little while. What do I think's coming? Let me back out here. This is what I think that's coming. That right there. How fast, how long, I don't know, and I don't care. But look at the bullish engulfing on the monthly that we have. I think we're coming, guys. I think we're going much higher to a land far away. Just follow the yellow brick road. Exactly. CDV, another one that I like. Yeah, they bought some out. They sold off in the short term, but buyers are coming in today. And it's cheap. It is cheap. So I like it. That's me. Crude Energy, another one of my favorites, just moving sideways. We do have this kind of sell-off party there, but we'll see what happens. Callum Petroleum. This is one that I think it looks good down here, guys. I like the good old Cali. Callum Petroleum above all this support. And if you take a big picture view, we're basically against this resistance line trying to break out. We're between a couple of support lines. If I were to make this look a little bit prettier here, I'll just show you kind of what I'm looking at. We've got a support resistance line that's coming through this guy there. There's your big support line underneath you. So if you come in, we're squeezing between this support line here and this resistance line above us. Once we break through this, it's go time. It's go time. Athabasca Oil, another one that's looking good, sitting on top of its pattern above support. Low risk, high rewards. Recaf is starting to, well, it's not starting. It came on back, getting a little bit of buying pressure. Crescent Point Energy, we're right at that selling pressure again. We'll see what happens. If we start breaking higher, this resistance line, which is a poorly drawn in line, let's just do this. It's somewhere in that range. Once we break that, guys, we start moving big time. We start launching, and I think we're close. This summer is going to be fun. Northern Oil and Gas, this is on a monthly basis. Bullish engulfing. So if you finish this month off strongly, if we can get up here, we're going to put a fat bullish candlestick on the monthly candlestick basis. We are also sitting on top of this resistance support line. The volume's there. What would I do in this scenario? You know what I'd do. I'd sign up to the Finding Value website, get a platinum membership, and say, Andy, what stocks would you be buying? And then I'd be like, well, I can tell you. Grand Tierra Energy right there, sitting on top of its support. Looks good. Tellurian getting some buying pressure. Bullish piercing. Looking good. Pedevco moving sideways. We've got Oasis getting some buying pressure today, getting above that support resistance line. I thought, we sell on the breaks. Nah, not really. We're in a bullish area. We've got declining inventories. I don't sell my oil stocks when oil is going to go up. That's the key there. CRK moving up. Wow. Are we going to get a lower movement? That's always the toughest to know, guys. And what you're going to find out is that the short-term movements, when people say they know what's going to happen, you'll find out very quickly that they don't know what's going to happen. So that's why I don't want to lie to you. I want to be truthful. I want to be honest. I'm not lying, but right now, I would have not guessed that we would have had a 9.15% today. On something like this where you get a breakout and a back test, I'd say, yeah, load up. But when you get in these mid-transition moves, sometimes they get a little bit harder to read. So I think this could go into a third leg. We could go a lot higher. ST looks like it's getting up there, looking good. Ring Energy, right at support. I like it. ZPTAF moving sideways. We are sitting on top of a big pattern here. So, we got support underneath it. Big volume. Tamarack Valley Energy looking, okay, we got these little guys coming down. That's always good, though. That's positive. We're coming down, but there's not much selling pressure over here, guys. There's not much selling pressure. So, let me get that out of there. Not much selling pressure over here. We're sitting on top of support. Looks good. Crescent Energy moving higher. I still own this, guys. I haven't done anything with my Contango shares. I'm just leaving it. Vermilion Energy moving sideways. Meg Energy moving sideways, still looking good. OIH really strong like bull. This guy is looking a lot better. It still hasn't broken its downtrend, guys. You can't not love this. All right, I just said that you cannot not love it. So that means you have to love it. There you go. TTI busting huge, guys. Okay, that's looking Hulk status there. That looks good. That's Tetra Technologies. Rig coming down. It still hasn't broken its downtrend yet. It will soon. That's my guess, at least. Pump getting pumped up. Getting a little bit of selling pressure here, but again, we're putting in the pullback, the consolidation, and eventually we'll get into the launch pad here at some point. EXTN is putting in the pullback. Remember, some of these companies are starting to pull higher. The leaders are pulling higher. Look at the laggards. And it doesn't mean that they'll underperform. It just means that they're lagging the leaders. So might want to be looking at some of these. Valaris continuing to move higher, looking strong. MMA Offshore looking good. We still have now not much sellers. We haven't advanced yet, but we will. Tidewater continuing to move sideways. We've got NEX moving sideways. The buyers and sellers are really racking each other there. KLXE is looking not too bad down here. Champion X moving sideways. Cactus Energy, right, trying to reclaim its resistance line, support line. 9, that is after 8. Everyone knows that. But yeah, it's looking good. The sellers aren't too big there. OII is looking better, bouncing off that support, looking good. Noble Energy moving sideways, or I should say moving on up. HLX, this is one I still own. I bought it at 3 something. I bought it and I'm just hanging on to it, but it looks good. CGG, moving sideways. Petrofac continuing to move slowly upward. We've got Diamond Offshore with an up day, 2.92, looking like it's trying to just basically move sideways. Basin out. Oh, wow. BTU. Okay, so these are all looking pretty good here for coal. They're bouncing off support, and it looks like it wants to, get its bounce back in its step. Put it that way. CS. This is China Shinua right above support, looking good. Yang coal moving higher. Whitehaven has been moving higher. Thungala, big ol' pattern moving sideways on a gigantic flag pattern. AMR moving up, looking good. NRP moving up above support, looking good. All these other ones are looking good. HCC above support. ARC resources moving higher. CEIX moving higher. Met Coal or Ramco resources moving sideways from the big picture view. ARLP moving on up. That's in full launch mode, cheetah style. So overall, guys, I think the energy sector looks delicious. Why? Because a lot of them, some of the companies are breaking in the exploration and production side. They're breaking resistance. They're above support. There's nothing better that you can do there. And the energy service companies are also looking decent. They're looking decent. So I would be looking probably at the energy service companies more so than the exploration, depending on what you have in your portfolio. I am heavy exploration, so I'm looking at more energy service type stuff. Energy service is still lower than some of these explorers, but I can tell you this, the bounce is in the step. It's there. I can see it when the person steps, it's got that bounce. So the explorers and developers and producers, they look like they want to bounce. That's what I'm going to say. They look like they want to bounce. Is it going to happen next trading session? That I don't know, but I think very soon we're going to see that bounce. Natural gas bounced hard, so we could see a launch there. For all I can tell. But if you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my website, the Finding Value website. Platinum membership gets you the access to everything. You get to see what my portfolio looks like, the donations portfolio. You get to see all that stuff. And right now, I literally, guys, I don't sell. I don't do anything. I'm only accumulating. I'm accumulating all my favorite companies, and I'm going to sit in them. Why? Because that's the best strategy I found. Sit during the big bull markets, and we are in a commodity bull market. I will let you know when that ends. And I think that's a good ways off. So that's what I've got for today. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.